You walked into that dealership with one number in your head, monthly payment. That's it. That's the whole calculation. Can I afford this every month? And the salesman slid a paper across the desk. $587 a month. You did the math in your head. That works. You signed. What you didn't realize is that you didn't just buy a car. You just signed an 84-month sentence. 7 years. While that loan runs, you will get married, change jobs, maybe have a kid, move cities. Life will happen. And every single month of it, $587 goes to the bank before anything else. Not to your TFSA, not to your retirement, not to you, to them. And the worst part? The dealership didn't hide this. The number was right there on the paper. 84 months. You just didn't know what 84 months actually costs you. I'm going to show you today because it's not $587 a month. The real number, when you add up everything this car is actually pulling from your life, is $1,261 every single month. And what that $1,261 becomes if you redirect it, that's the number that's going to hit you.
Let's start with the number the dealership gave you. $42,000 SUV, 84-month loan at 7.5% interest, $587 a month. That sounds like the cost of the car. It isn't. Here's what your car actually costs every month in Ontario. Loan payment, $587. Insurance, $165. That's the Ontario average for a mid-30s driver on a new SUV. Fuel, $190 a month if you're driving 15,000 kilometers a year at current prices. Maintenance, $80 a month. That's oil changes, tires, brakes, spread across the year. Parking, $200 a month if you're anywhere near a city core. Add it up, $1,261 every single month. That's a return flight to Europe every month going to your car. Now, if you're in Calgary, your insurance drops to around $110 a month instead of $165. Your all-in number is closer to $1,200. Still $1,200. Still every month. Still for 7 years. But here's what I want you to focus on. The loan payment is only $587 of that $1,261. Less than half. The dealership showed you less than half. The dealership showed you less than half the cost and called it the price of the car. That's not an accident. Dealerships don't sell cars anymore. They sell monthly payments. The car is just the bait. Think about what $1,261 a month actually is relative to your income. If you're making $65,000 a year in Ontario, you're taking home around $4,300 a month after tax. Your car is eating 29 cents of every dollar you earn before rent, before food, before anything. One vehicle, nearly a third of your take-home.
Pause this video. Without looking anything up, write down what you think your car costs you month total. Everything. Just your best guess. Keep that number. We're coming back to it. Now let's talk about why 84 months specifically. 10 years ago, the standard car loan was 60 months, 5 years. Then 72 months showed up and people said, that's too long. Now 84 is normal and nobody blinks. Here's why 84 months exists. It's not for you. It's for them. A $42,000 car on a 60-month loan at 7.5% costs you $840 a month. Most people hear that and walk out. Stretch it to 84 months. Same car, same rate, $587 a month. People sign. What changed? You're now paying $49,308 total for a $42,000 car. $7,308 in interest. And here's the structural problem. In the first 2 years of an 84-month loan at 7.5%, most of what you're paying is interest. You are barely touching the principal. By month 24, you've made $14,088 in payments. Your loan balance? Still around $31,000. Your car is worth around $26,000. You owe more than it's worth. That's called being underwater. And on an 84-month loan, most people are underwater for the first 3 years. What happens when life hits at year 2? You lose your job. You need to move. You want out of this car. You can't sell it for enough to cover what you owe. You're stuck. Or you roll the negative equity into your next loan, which is exactly what dealers want. Because now you're starting your next 84 months already behind. I almost did this in 2019. $42,000 SUV, 84-month offer on the table. The payment felt manageable. I walked out of that dealership, sat in my current car for about 10 minutes,
and ran the actual numbers. I bought a 4-year-old Civic for cash 6 months later. That decision is worth more than $100,000 to me now. I'll show you the math in a minute. Here's the number nobody shows you. What happens if instead of $1,261 going to your car every month, you put $626 of that, just the loan payment portion, into a TFSA invested in a broad market ETF, averaging 8% annually? Year 1, you've contributed $7,512. With growth, you're sitting at around $7,800. Year 5, $37,560 contributed. Balance with compounding, around $46,000. Year 7, the point where your 84-month loan would finally be paid off, $52,584 contributed. Balance, roughly $68,000. Year 10, you haven't added a single dollar since year 7. That $68,000 keeps compounding. Balance, around $98,000. Year 15, $142,000. You still haven't added anything since year 7. Year 20, $208,000 from redirecting one car loan payment for 7 years. And if you redirect the full $1,261, including insurance, fuel savings from driving a paid-off older car, and parking you eliminated by moving closer to work, 20-year number crosses $415,000. That's not a typo. That's one car decision compounded over time. I said $232,000 in the title. That's the conservative number. Just the loan payment, 8% return, 20 years. The full picture is bigger. The average Canadian household carries $20,000 in auto debt right now. That's not counting lease obligations. That's just loans. And the average new vehicle loan in Canada in 2025 was 84 months. This is not a personal finance problem. This is a structural one. The entire auto finance industry is built around keeping you in a payment forever. Look at your car key right now. That key cost you $232,000 in retirement money. Keep watching. Mistake 1, focusing on the monthly payment instead of the total cost. $587 a month sounds manageable. $49,308 total does not. Always calculate total loan cost before you sign. Multiply payment by months. That's the real price. Mistake 2, the 84-month loan. This is the one that's quietly destroying Canadian household wealth at scale. A 60-month loan forces you to buy a car you can actually afford. An 84-month loan lets you buy $15,000 more car than you should. The extra car isn't worth what the extra years cost you. Never sign beyond 60 months. If the payment doesn't work at 60 months, the car is too expensive. Mistake 3, ignoring the underwater period. On any loan over 60 months, assume you will be underwater for the first 2 to 3 years. This matters when life changes. Model the worst case before you sign. Mistake 4, rolling negative equity into the next loan. When you trade in a car you still owe money on, the dealer rolls what you owe into the new loan. You start your next 84 months already $8,000 behind. This is how people spend their entire adult life in auto debt without ever understanding why. Mistake 5, treating insurance, fuel, and maintenance as separate from the car cost. Your car doesn't cost $587 a month. It costs $1,261. The moment you start tracking the real number, the decision changes. Most people never track the real number. That's exactly what the industry is counting on. So what do you actually do? 3 moves, specific ones. First, if you're currently in an 84-month loan, pull up your loan statement tonight. Find your payoff balance and your car's current market value on AutoTrader. If you're underwater, you need to know by how much. That number is the starting point for your exit plan. Second, your next car is a 3 to 5-year-old model, paid for in cash or on a maximum 48-month loan. A 3-year-old version of the car you want costs 35 to 45% less than new and depreciates at half the rate. The math is not close. Third, open your TFSA tonight. Set up an automatic contribution equal to whatever your current loan payment is. Not when the loan is paid off. Tonight. Even if it's $100. Because the habit of paying yourself first before the car industry gets there first, that habit is worth more than the amount. The 84-month loan isn't a payment plan. It's a transfer of wealth. From your retirement account to the bank's earnings call. You just signed an 84-month sentence. Now you know what it actually costs. The question is what you do with that information. If this hit differently than you expected,
Share it with someone who just bought a car. They need to see this math. Next week, we're talking about why buying a condo in Toronto might be the most expensive thing you never thought was a trap. I'll see you there.